Just a quick question. Do you think that the universe is perfect?
Yeah, the universe is perfect.
How do you know that?
How do I know the universe is perfect?
Yes.
Because it's a cause because it's caused by God. And the fact that the creations are not completely perfect, which we've already conceded with. That
A perfect God
I
can't do anything imperfect, but he created a universe where there are bad things because you believe there are immoral things. So God created an imperfect universe. The God you believe in doesn't exist.
okay,
My Venmo is, let me
thank
look it
you for
up real quick.
you're asking me how can I substantiate or believe in something that's an apparent contradiction given the fact that there are bad things when God is perfect.
And he created
You brought
and he created an imperfect universe, therefore. But a
I
perfect being
can
cannot do
I
imperfect
address
things.
your argument? Can I address it? Or are you going to
Yeah,
be
go ahead.
scared?
Okay, yes. So this perfect room. Another answer to your question is this, okay? Uh,
Oh my
Who are you?
Look, I am your friend. Are we not friends?
No?
God.
It depends how you define perfection. Now, how I
Okay.
define perfection is that something that is flawless from every single existential respect is perfect.
And this
Now,
universe fits that?
once did I say that?
Brilliant.
Now, the only thing that is absolutely perfect from every single existential respect is God.
Then the universe
Everything
isn't perfect. You
else
disagree with the host.
Everything
Which
else
one of
is
you is right, him
exist.
or you?
One
We're
second. One second.
there. Get there.
Which one of you
One
is right,
second.
him or you?
I already said. It depends how you define perfection.
Great.
Moshe was defining it in a different
So
way.
it's so
I'm going to give you a
nebulous that it can
particular
mean whatever we
definition of
want it to
perfection.
mean, which means you can just
Okay,
claim to win
Peterson, are
any
you going to let
argument
me?
that you
Are
want.
you going to let me talk? Or are you scared of the
No.
point? This
Listen.
is
Oh,
evidence.
I'm
Here,
not
I'm going to make
scared
a
of you.
theory. I'm going to make a theory. I'm going to make a theory. I'm going to make a theory.
We have gone over the universe is perfect. Yes? The
Yeah.
universe is
Okay.
perfect. No. Great. So you can't both be
Peterson.
right. Well, it depends on what
Come
we're
back.
talking about. Great. So
Yes.
apparently the
Stevens,
concept
relax,
of
brother.
perfection is so
Whether they want
nebulous
to
that
listen
it
to the
doesn't
argument or not.
actually mean
One sec.
anything.
By perfect, you mean absolutely perfect in every respect. The only thing that is the standard of perfection is God. So, what do you mean when you say perfect? Because I
I
thought
was
when you said
asking
perfect,
you.
Peterson,
You asked, "Is it perfect?" You
you
didn't
never asked,
ask if
The
perfect was
the
used.
question
you
is meant to dissect your own method of thinking. It's not up to
never,
whatever
okay,
I think it is. It was to establish whether or not what you think
okay.
it is
There was a term you
consistent,
did
and we
not define,
established
Peterson.
that it is not. He
Listen,
created an
I'll
imperfect
reconcile
universe.
it
How
in
can
two
a
different
perfect
ways right here.
creator do something imperfect?
I'll
how can the most perfect creator do something imperfect, right?
Yeah, sure.
There's a distinction between his decision being imperfect and the result of his decision, his creation, not having perfect qualities.
He's
So,
omniscient. He knows
Peter,
everything that
Peter,
will ever happen, including what
Peterson,
he
the
does.
argument, Peterson, now you're switching. The argument you
No,
made
I'm
is
not.
that how Peterson, the argument you made is how can the creation be imperfect and he be perfect? I never once said the
No,
decision
how
that
can the creator do something imperfect? You have mischaracterized what I said.
you're saying how can God basically be perfect and be a direct cause of that which is imperfect, correct?
Yeah,
I want to
because
see
if he did that, then he did
yes,
something imperfect. If I
I
build
hear
a car and it breaks, it's because I built the car incorrectly. That's not good. And this omniscient God that knew all these terrible things would happen created this very imperfect universe. He did an imperfect thing. That's my claim.
I can agree with you that the creation is not perfect in every respect.
Okay.
My question for you is this, and it was the question I asked earlier. Why is it the case? It's why. Why is it the case that just because the creation is not perfect in every respect, that the logical entailment of that is that God is not perfect?
When
There's a difference between the decision he makes and that which he creates. There's a distinction. Okay, we make a distinction. The creation, okay, is the byproduct of his decision. Okay, you're basically saying that if there's an all perfect God, then he must make a perfect decision. I agree with you. If God
okay.
is all perfect, all the decisions must be perfect. I agree with you. Okay,
Okay.
there being an not there being a universe that's not perfect in every respect. Okay, there being a universe that's not perfect in every respect. Why does that logically entail that the decision in of itself is imperfect?
Now imagine that you were omniscient and you knew what the outcome was going to be and you did it anyways. Then how could that possibly be called perfect?
You're,
Because he can't do anything imperfect. And if the universe is the result of his actions, then the actions must have been imperfect. How
you
do you
just
not
said
get that?
I'm asking you to substantiate that. How do you know
I
that
have.
Peterson, I'm
I
talking
have
about
done this countless times. How about you tell me how creating a terrible or an imperfect universe is in it of itself a perfect action?
Okay, Peterson.
I don't think
Here's-
we're going to get anywhere with this. Can we just change the subject? Because establish why the decision was perfect. It's my claim that it wasn't. Establish why it was. That's the only thing we even should talk about at this point.
Exactly, Peterson. Your claim was that the decision is not perfect. Your claim needs substantiation. Can you tell me why your claim that the decision is not perfect is the case? Can you substantiate it?
A proposition is not assumed to be true until it is proven false. That is not
Peterson,
how
Peterson.
evidence
Okay, nice.
works.
Planet Peter.
The one that makes the claim needs to substantiate it, right?
You cannot gather evidence about a negative claim. How do you not understand that?
We're not talking about
Prove that there are not invisible unicorns
Look
behind
at this,
me.
guys. Just look. Just it's very obvious who's in. Like it's very mesquite right now. Peterson,
Right.
that the one that makes the claim needs to substantiate it.
Not if it's a negative claim.
No problem. No problem. Look, I'm just gonna pretend that that's true for a second. It's okay.
It is true.
It's okay, Peterson. Do you believe?
Yes,
that
it is okay.
Peterson, do you believe that the one that makes the claim needs to substantiate?
Not if it's a negative claim, for crying
No
out
problem.
loud. If there's
I
no
agree with you.
evidence,
I agree with you.
if
No
there's no
problem.
evidence for something, then that's the best you can
Peterson.
substantiate a negative claim.
Peterson.
But
Peterson.
there we go.
I agree with you. No problem.
Okay.
Listen.